great career at Georgetown, and as we talk about your NBA career, you spent a lot of time in OKC and then with the Celtics. Then you kind of bounced around the last couple of years. But last year you were with Cleveland. You go to the NBA Finals. What was your impression of the Wizards as you would match up against them with Cleveland?
My impressions, they had a good roster. At the times that we were playing them, I believe John was hurt on the first go around. He's coming back. They were a team that was, they were going through a lot of things here. I mean, I don't know what it was, but being on the opposite side of that with Cleveland, we were just trying to get better ourselves. We were going through a lot as far as trades, team chemistry. So we were just trying to figure out ourselves instead of focusing on what the Wizards were going through.
So you Wizards here via free agency, and you're immensely talented, but you've become kind of like a bench role player. How do you see you fitting in onto this team? I've been saying it. The bench on paper looks really strong with you and Oubre and Austin Rivers and even Satoransky. You're going to have a really strong bench.
Yeah, I mean, you need that when you're trying to go deep in the playoffs. And I think our job is to, go in, play together, start on defensive end, get stops, and just get out of transition. We have a lot of guys on the second unit, including Austin, that can score. We can put numbers quick on the board. I think we have to focus on our defensive end in order to, get the ball to be able to use our skill set on the offensive end.
Jeff, I was unaware that Bradley Beal, your teammate, is the president of the Jeff Green fan club. The quotes that came out a few days ago, directly from Brad. Jeff is a star, man, because he's built like LeBron and almost plays like him in so many ways. Look at that. Some high praise from Bradley Beal.
Yeah, I told him I appreciate it. To be, even just compared to, LeBron being with him for the year, I think, before I signed with Cleveland, I was texting Bron and I told him that I'll be following him the whole year. Workouts, dinners with him, just picking his brain, watching him on how he prepares for games day in and day out. And, I kind of use some of the things that he does, with myself and how I can get better. And I guess it rubbed off. So, that was, big praise from, Brad. I appreciate it. It was flattering.
How well did you know LeBron before you played with him?
I didn't know him at all. I knew him in passing through playing the last some good games against him. When I was in Boston, we were battle back and forth.
Right.
I had some game winners against him. I had 42 against him. So the respect, the mutual respect, was there both ends. So I didn't know him at all, but we kind of clicked. We're, the same height. He wasn't going to do, but he's one of the greats. So it was a joy to play with him.
Did you kind of know during the season or even in the playoffs that he was not going to come back to Cleveland? He was going to go to L.A.?
No, I had no idea. I didn't even ask, to be honest with you. Right. I think that's something that's, personal to him, and that's his business, and he was going to do what's best for him and his family.
What do you think about that move, going to L.A.?
I'm happy for him. I think it's a good situation, young team. It's going to be tough in the West, but, he's one of the greats for a reason, and I'm pretty sure he's going to will that team to do great. They got some good vets. I play with Rondo. I know what he's capable of. I know his mindset and, how he attacked the season, and he's going to be a competitor. And then, with Lance, he's going to compete. JaVale, who's won championships with Golden State, I'm sure he's going to, give the blueprint of what Golden State does and, try to help that team to win. So I know it's going to be tough, but I know with the personnel that team has, they're going to be right there to him.
Talking to Jeff Green, Washington Wizards forward. Wizards open the season at home against the Miami Heat. You can go to WashingtonWizards.com for tickets. I'm wondering what the mentality of something like you is. In your career, you've been a starter. You've averaged 15 points, 17 points, 16 points, and you've kind of become this bench player. Is that tough to adapt and get into that type of role?
For me, not at all. It took some some time for me to get used to it when I got to Memphis because, it's all mental. It's about preparation. But at the end of the day, it's just basketball. You got to figure out a way to impact the game. And I think that was something I had to get used to. When you start, you have a few minutes to, let the game, dictate itself. You find your path through the game. But when you come off the bench, you have to be prepared. You have to be ready because we have guys who have already warmed up. They already got it going. So you got to be ready, once your name is called. But, it's all mental. It took some time for me to get that aspect of coming off the bench. But once I got it, it's just, I just knocked it down to it's just basketball. Play your game, go out there, play hard, and, the rest will follow.